what's his name?
Rocky and I forget.
This is a big, beautiful animal. Crazy to think it's been that long. Have you ever seen pancake tortoises? Oh, we gotta find one, man. What's going on, everybody? I'm hanging out here at McCarthy's Wildlife Sanctuary. These are Aldabra tortoises. Today, we're gonna go around with Mark, and I'm gonna show you all of the reptiles that they have here at this amazing private facility. We'll also give you guys some information as to how you can come get a private tour here at this amazing, I would say best kept secret, but it's not so much of a secret these days. TripAdvisor ranks you as #1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is going on with the TripAdvisor, Mark?
TripAdvisor were #1 in Palm Beach, Kent.
Okay.
And TripAdvisor also were in the top 10% of attractions worldwide.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
So this place is really awesome. I want to know who's turtle waxing these shells, because I know these have been. Is this Annette? Is she doing this? Because look at how shiny their shells are.
Beautiful.
Guys. They are gorgeous.
It's
I mean,
amazing.
these animals really do. They pop, and they're so nice and moisturized. But of course, you guys know Nostradamus. At my house, I have a male that's maybe a little bit bigger than this. We've got Nostradamus, Cersei, Boba, and Timmy, but it's gonna be a while till they get bigger. How old are these guys?
I think they're about 16.
There you go. Yeah, 16. They're probably.
And I got them really, really cheap because they weren't perfectly. The scoots weren't perfect on their shells. And this one has like some kind of growth on the outside of his eye.
Oh, you can see that right there, guys.
Yeah.
See that?
It's not cataracts. I've had several eye surgeons come here and say they can't
Oh,
do anything
yeah.
about it.
Oh yeah.
But the animal grows and eats healthy. Come over here. I want to show you something else. When he was talking about perfect scutes, a lot of time people buy tortoises. They want symmetrical scutes. You can see here, these vertebrals are kind of off, okay? But that does not hurt the animal. Usually when you see that kind of development in their shells, see here's an extra scute right there. It's usually incubation temperature that they think causes that. It has no bad effect on the animal at all. So, I mean, I just love having large tortoises, Mark. I could care less whether or not they have a perfect shell or not. It's amazing when you're dealing with giant tortoises like the Aldabras. Depending on the sex now, this looks like a male. This looks like a boy. Because if you compare the tails, look at that little dainty tail. And then you look at the male's tail, it's much larger. Males will get close to 600 pounds. So if they're only 16 years old, these guys got quite a way to go. And they're gonna be huge. But let's just have a look at this really cool, I love the use of the telephone pole. Super simple, great design. I love all the enclosures here. And the next one we go to is two of my favorite lizards and one of my favorite enclosures. We're gonna go to that next, because today we are traveling around the sanctuary and we're showing you all the cool reptiles. I don't know if you guys know this. He loves big cats. You'll see a couple of those, but he started out as a reptile guy, didn't you?
Yes, the Miami Serpentarium, 1972.
There you go. All right, we're gonna head to the next locale. See you in a second. Very, very cool, guys. We are inside the Rhinoceros Iguana enclosure here at McCarthy's Animal Sanctuary. So it's at McCarthy's Wildlife Sanctuary, correct?
Yeah.
I just want to get it right. What's this? This is a female?
No, they're both males.
They're both males. Interesting. Okay. And what's his name?
Rocky and I forget.
Bullwinkle?
I don't know. I'd have to ask you.
So this is
Don't
a beautiful
ask me
animal.
names.
Let's see if they're friendly. Oh, look at that, guys. That's so. Oh, he's gonna give us that. Oh, there it is. That's the happy rhino pose right there. I've said this so many times with Cyclura. When you see them kind of raise up like this and they keep their tail down, that means they're happy. Okay. If he were to stick his tail up and wave it around, he would be agitated. But this is why I love rhino iguanas. Now, you guys know Petro and Petra at my house. These guys are much larger. And it's interesting that you have two males that are actually able to cohabitate, perhaps because they've been raised up together for a long time. And in fact, this is a really nice and large enclosure. You can see around the border, some beautiful cap rock right here. And the thing that I like the most about this enclosure is the netting. Check it out. He's got one large pole and then this bird net, I guess it would be called, like an avian net they use for different flight cages and things like that. But is this nylon? Or it is. Yeah, so it's difficult. These guys cannot rip through it. It's very, very strong stuff. But again, like just look at this.
It's different than having a cage.
Yeah,
or a fence.
it does. It feels different. You know, it is almost like it's an open air enclosure, but they are protected from any predators. And how many years have they been in here now?
Oh, probably 6 or 7, I'd say.
And no issues with them on the sides trying to get out.
They,
Oh, you got a border. He's got.
That time they dug
Oh, look at
down
that.
here. And
Check this out.
They went under the concrete footing.
Oh, wow.
And I was driving through here with the golf cart one day, and the whole thing collapsed.
Holy
It just
smokes.
went, I was like, oh man, I didn't realize it would.
And they weren't in it?
No, they weren't in it.
Oh, that's good fortune.
So
yeah.
I filled it back up. They dug it back up.
They're good excavators.
They are good.
They
They
love
dig burrows. And to be perfectly honest with you, we do get those cold nights. If this lizard went down there and you just covered it, that animal's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing how the ground actually.
You just throw a
holds
blanket
good
over it.
temperature.
You've done that before.
I've done that. Yeah.
Do you throw a heating pad
In
underneath?
the house, I throw a blanket over.
Yeah,
the-
you can see his
the-
house. Look at this guy, man. Now, what'd you say, Matt?
Would you throw a heating pad underneath? Or
You
would
could
just-
potentially. I don't know if this
Sorry.
guy's as friendly. Let's have a look.
I think I scared him.
I'll go underneath and just give him a scratch. Is his tail doing the right thing there? Yeah, he looks happy.
He's okay.
Look at this guy. This is a big, beautiful animal, and the heat
very
pad
big.
is on. These are really good. I use these at home. They're called pig blankets or heating pads. They're made by Stansfield at Osborne Industries. You can Google them if you're interested in something like that. And then, of course, you've seen me
black
use
stays
these.
warm, yeah.
Yeah, nice black culvert pipe. You throw a big blanket over it, and guess what? It stays warm, at least down here in South Florida.
Yeah.
Mark and I were speaking earlier because we're about to get another cold front coming. And if it gets into the 30s, that's when we just really just don't risk it. We pull animals out. Again, look at this. Really nice and clean. You just fill it up. He's got a drain. The lizards can drink from it. No drama. The only thing that I would do different is I'd have some tortoises roaming around in
Yes.
here too, man. I love seeing
There's,
tortoises in here.
There's a couple leopards.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah, I don't know where the heck they
Get
are.
out of here. Couple leopard tortoise?
Yep.
Oh, we gotta find one, man. Because we're doing a video
Yeah, definitely.
on the reptiles. Now, unless they went down that hole.
I don't know
Oh,
where they
no.
are. They might
That
have.
is so cool, man.
Maybe they sensed the cold.
Yeah, that is so cool. This is awesome, man.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
know,
definitely.
guys.
How big are they?
They're kind of about this big. Not very big. 6
They're not very
inches.
big.
Maybe 6.
I wonder if they were in this hole. Remember that hole the sulcatas dug? Man, they were. That took us like an hour to dig back
They don't
in.
usually go into burrows. This is cool, man. I know they could
Then again,
potentially.
they might have took them out. I don't know.
Oh, maybe. Because I'm not seeing them. Oh, well.
Yeah, you should be able to see them.
Yeah, no leopards, but that's fine, man. That's really cool. All right, so 2 enclosures down.
This guy's big.
Oh yeah, that's a nice looking rhino.
Yeah, he's
And honestly, I can't wait for mine to get that big. But it seems like certain rhinos reach a really, really big size. Whoa, he's getting mad. So look out. Get out of there. He sees his own reflection in the camera. All right, dude, we're gonna leave you alone, man. All right, let's head over to our next reptile. In case you were wondering where the leopard tortoise was, it's right here. So it happened to be moved. It looks like Annette moved it. That is Mark's wife, who I'm convinced is going around and polishing all the tortoise shells.
The best looking shells.
There's definitely a little perhaps corn oil or something, turtle wax on the shells. These guys are just popping.
They look so good.
Really, really pretty. Now, this, I believe, is Pardalis babcocki. So there's the leopard tortoise. There's 2 subspecies. There's Pardalis pardalis, which is the larger of the 2, and then there's the Pardalis babcocki, which is this beautiful animal, and a challenge to actually keep in Florida. So it's nice to see that you have one. You can see the bottom. These guys generally don't do well in high humidity situations, but if you notice where we are, this animal's underneath a roof, so it doesn't get rained on, and it's on a dry mulch, which is very good for them because these are a grassland species. They live in Africa, and they have a large range in Africa. They're beautiful tortoises. I had a group of them, but I decided to part with them because I just couldn't be as hands-on with them to keep them as healthy as this one right here. So that's really cool. And then you have one of Fred's hybrids right here. Check this out, guys.
Oh.
So Mark and Fred Grunwald were good friends. You guys know Fred. Fred is where we got our caiman and our alligators from. Fred passed away in November of 2021, just about 2 years ago now. It's crazy to think it's been that long, but this is one of his hybrid Lewisii iguanas. It's just cool to see that a lot of his friends are taking care of his animals that they decided to rehome. So it's living right here with that leopard tortoise, and it's in good company. So very, very cool. That is awesome, man. And it's a great enclosure, you know. It's just this, I believe, had a toucan in it at one point, and the bird must have been moved on. And this is a great habitat for lizards and tortoises. Very cool. All right, so I just wanted to show you that there were leopard tortoises here, but we're going into another reptile enclosure. This may be Mark's favorite room in the sanctuary.
Yes, it is.
Hey, look at it, he's like a little kid. His face just lights up. This is an amazing snake room. We've been in it before, but you have to include it on the tour. There's so many really cool animals in here. It's, of course, the reptile room or the snake room. I don't know what you call it.
Snake room.
Snake room.
Yes.
All right, now in here, I'm going to poke my head in. Do you mind if I reach in? Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Here.
There's a couple of
Look at this.
a few tortoises in here.
Look at this.
This guy was out earlier.
Have you ever seen pancake
Beautiful.
tortoises? These are an amazing species. Again, from Africa, another grassland species. We just saw the leopard tortoise, okay? But this is the pancake tortoise. Now, Matt, check this out. I want you to feel the bottom. Feel this animal. Give it a squeeze.
Oh wow, it's really soft.
It's
really
soft.
soft.
Yeah, most tortoises.
A light touch.
Right, most tortoises have a very firm shell, like this cherryhead, or is it cherryhead or redfoot? It's a regular redfoot, but most of them are going to have a nice firm shell. But pancake tortoise is actually going to have a little bit more of a flexible shell, and that's because where these guys live.
Oh wow.
Isn't that cool? Where these guys live, they live in rocky outcroppings, and basically they'll kind of live close to those, and they'll run into the crevices, and then what they do is they just raise their legs up and take a breath in, and you cannot pull them out.
That's true.
Yeah.
I've tried that in Tanzania. I'm like, come on.
Oh, you've actually been to Tanzania?
Yeah.
So you've seen this in the wild.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us about that experience. It works, huh?
Yes, they get in between the like almost slate kind of rocks, and you see them crawl in there, and then they inflate themselves a little bit with that softer bottom shell, especially.
Yeah.
And you can't pull them out.
That's so
crazy.
Cool. And that's amazing that you actually have been there. In fact, you met your wife in Africa.
Yeah.
So you've been to Africa how many times?
Oh, probably 10 or 12 times.
That's amazing, man. That is just like the dream place to go if you're an animal lover. Obviously, you know, here at the sanctuary, Mark is also involved with big cats. He's well known for that around Florida and the world. And so going to Africa, I'm sure you got a chance to really see some of the cats in the wild.
it was beautiful.
It is an amazing place. Almost like a religious experience, I'll imagine, you know? Especially for the little, I always make the joke, like a couple of kids from like North America getting to Africa after growing up seeing Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom, or, you know, you working at the Serpentarium in the 70s. That's amazing. So really cool, but there's more in here. This is another really cool, this is not a reptile, but it's still a herp. This is a tiger salamander. Get all up in there. Have you ever seen a tiger salamander kind of beg for food? Well, now you have. Does this guy have a name? No name. Yeah. All right. But it is still an awesome species. And these guys are found in North America, but I've never, ever seen one up north where I lived. I would look all the time. I didn't even realize they got
What
that
a weird
big.
look. What a weird face look.
I've seen them in Arizona.
Get out of here.
There's a real small population in Arizona, just off of Highway 80. And one night I was road cruising for reptiles, and I see it just rained, and I see all these things on the road.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, what are those? I was thinking they were toads or something. And I kept looking. I go, that don't look right. So I get out. I look. I'm like, holy cow, tiger salamander.
And that's not a place you'd think of
No.
for salamanders.
It's dry. It's a desert.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
Yeah, it's weird. It's very weird. I didn't know it. I went back and told some of the guys I know there, and they were like, "Oh yeah, you'll see them once in a great while."
That is amazing.
I mean, there was
There you
just dozens of them.
Yeah, and it's the right time. It's that Goldilocks moment where you get the rain, and they all come out in search of water and food.
Because I've been down that road 100 times, never saw one once.
That's incredible, man. That's incredible. So that's a cool animal. That's really cool for me to see. It's something I don't normally see all the time. And then, of course, you've got all the snakes. Green mamba. You've got, venomous snakes are your passion.
Yes.
Snakes in general, but with a real, you have a real, just the way that you came to work at the Serpentarium, we've told that story.
Yes.
He hitchhiked down to the Serpentarium with a bag full of rattlesnakes.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's this guy.
From Michigan. So yeah,
Putting things
16
together.
years old.
Yeah.
My parents were pissed.
Yeah, I'll bet. Well, it worked out in the end.
Yes, it did.
Because here he is. So out of all the snakes here, what is your favorite snake? He's giving me a pained look.
That's
like, which child is your favorite? But the truth is,
we love
every
to do
parent,
this.
Every parent has a favorite child.
We
They're
love
lying
this.
kids if they say they don't.
That's really hard for me to say.
It is hard, huh?
I got the black-headed Bushmasters. I love Bushmasters. I got a couple
Look at
over
this.
here. I got a few
They're
more down on
beautiful.
the other end.
I saw some gaboon vipers. Those ones.
Yes, I would say the gaboons are one of my favorite. Wow. It's such a hard thing to say.
Gotcha.
I got a lot of Dorisith,
Val Dorisith is
South American rattlesnakes.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. They have that beautiful,
Yeah.
that beautiful
Those
stripe.
are Cumanensis.
Okay.
And then I have some Dorisith culminatus hiding in here that I recently got.
Up here, no, those are the red tails. Up a little higher.
Yeah, I can't see them very well.
They're hiding. That is awesome, man.
It's really cool. Let me show you these guys. I'll just because they're really beautiful.
Let's see it. This is so fun, man. This is like me being a kid in a candy store because I don't keep venomous snakes. So whenever I get a chance to come over, either hang out with Mark or go to someone like my friend Carl Barden's place, these to me are the guys that are doing it correctly. They're look at how clean and
Venom
beautiful
guy?
it is in here. Yep, my friend, look at that. Don't go too close, guys. Don't go too close, buddy. That animal right there is zeroed in. That's beautiful. It's got the pits. It's a pit viper. So he's picking up on some heat signature. Yeah. Very, very cool. I'm going to take this camera here. Look at that, bud. That animal's a little annoyed, huh?
Yeah, they're not very tame, these two.
Copy that.
And I've had them since babies. So.
Wow. That's really cool. Thanks for showing. I just love that you'll do that for us. Thank you.
They're basically Mojaves, but they're a Mexican type Mojave.
That's so
Salving,
sick. Wow, that's so cool, man. I love it. This is awesome. And it's weird, like,
Did you see the blackheads?
oh, let's see the blackheads. Oh, Bushmaster. So I'm going to Costa Rica in a few months. I would love to see some of these snakes in the wild, man.
Yeah.
Now watch yourself there, Matt.
Yep.
Look at that beauty. That's it.
There's two.
But look at the head, the size of that head.
Yeah, look.
Here, in fact, Matt, let me do it. Look at that,
Look at him
guys.
just staring.
Let me
right
do
at
that.
it. Yeah, go for it.
Because
Yep.
I would prefer I did it. I love you, Matt. I'm trying to keep you alive. All right, so you can really see the Bushmaster. That's so incredible, man. I have never seen a Bushmaster. Master. I can't even say it. But anyhow, look at the really blocky head.
Yeah, that's
like
what
a
I was
really,
saying. It's
really
like a diamond almost. But
and it's funny that are these related to fer-de-lance at all? Not at all, right? Because a fer-de-lance really has an even more pronounced head like that, right? And look at the agitation; it's rattling its tail a little bit.
I went to Panama in '77 collecting fer-de-lance for the Panamanian government.
Really?
Oh my God. They were the biggest, meanest snakes around.
Yeah, fer-de-lance, man. They're feared out there because a lot of the bites that happen are happening in or from the fer-de-lance. You hear that rattling? That's an annoyed animal. But look at those two heads right next to each other. Bushmaster, guys.
That's so cool.
That is amazing, man. This is an awesome tour, dude. We're getting...
Yeah, I also like my Russell's Viper. I mean,
Why not?
It's hard for me to say which ones.
Holy smokes. Look at
ones
this.
are
This
those?
is, this is the Russell's Viper.
so what's this?
That's a venomous snake from Central Asia, I believe.
Yeah, India.
But they cause a lot of bites.
Oh, yeah.
They're
Yeah,
probably...
they got a really bad bite.
They got a bad bite. What kind of venom are we dealing with here?
Well, it's a hemotoxic.
Okay.
So
Tissue damage, massive tissue
lot of
damage.
tissue damage.
Gotcha. So if you get bit on an extremity, you're probably going to lose mobility in that appendage. Essentially, it's just digesting you. So yeah, not a good bite. Who are these?
These are my African puff adders.
Wow, they're pretty.
These are out of Tanzania.
Okay. You spent a lot of time in Tanzania then?
Yes.
Is that where Annette was from?
Aneth is from there. She
Aneth, I'm sorry,
She was
yeah.
my safari guide.
Oh, can you guys imagine that?
And
Can
she
you-
was she was the bravest girl I've ever met.
Really? This is so cool. Can you imagine going on safari and falling in love with this safari guy?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
And there was times where I was crossing this bridge and there's crocodiles all underneath the bridge here. And it's one of those like Indiana
Jones,
bridge.
yeah,
kind of-
yeah, yeah.
And it was real. And I'm thinking, and it's back in the Land Rover, you know? So I'm walking out there and I'm kind of like going, whoa, man, oh, this is crazy. And all of a sudden she touches my shoulder. And I just kind of go like, whoa.
And she was right there.
And I thought, this girl's so brave. And I didn't find out till years later. She says, well, it wasn't that I was brave. It was just that if you died, I figured they'd kill me too. So the guy,
she's trying to keep him alive.
so she said, I might as well go with you.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. And then she went with him all the way back here,
Yeah.
and it's been amazing ever since.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. You guys are the package, the full package.
Yeah, 16 years.
This is just incredible, man. I love it here. Of course, this is one of the bites you've sustained, right? I believe it was the larger
Yeah, the
one.
bigger guy.
The big, that one got him.
Really?
And that
Wow.
was as close to kaputz as you were. Right?
Yeah, I was bad.
Yeah.
Did you need antivenom?
Oh yeah.
Oh, anti-venom. I was in a coma for 3 days, 13 days in the ICU. They had to put a trach in my throat twice.
Oh, we don't want that.
God.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
What's from this guy?
That's
No, not this guy, this
Diamondback.
one over here.
That is the eastern Diamondback. They are native to Florida, so that is the worst bite you can get in North America because of the yield of venom, because of the amount of venom this animal can deliver. Look at the back, right behind their eyes, you see those bulges, yeah? That's their venom glands, and when they just pump you full, it's a problem, so no bueno. We got Gila monsters. You also go out to Arizona often, don't you?
Yes, I got a place out in Portal, Arizona.
Okay, very cool.
We go out there a few times a year.
But that's amazing. So you'll see Gila monsters.
This
in
year,
situ.
they spotted more Gila monsters out there
Look at this,
than
guys.
ever before.
You're just reaching in barehanded. These are. Oh, okay.
Guys are
These
really
are
tender.
venomous.
Oh, okay. What is that thing?
That's a Gila monster. It is a venomous lizard. That is a beautiful lizard. There's only 2 true venomous lizards in the world. You're looking at one of them, the Gila monster and the beaded lizard. But both of them are from, I would guess,
The Southwest.
Southwest, yeah.
Mexico and everything.
That's awesome. Beautiful. Look at that lizard.
They're highly
But he's not
protected.
bothered by you picking him up.
No, and here's another one. This is.
Oh wow! Like
And this, what kind of venom do they have? A hemotoxic venom?
Yes, primarily.
Yeah. And these are large. Are some smaller? Are there subspecies of Heloderma
that is so
or
cool.
Gila monsters?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, because the only ones I've ever come across in Arizona have been much smaller, so they're probably just not
Younger ones, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, very cool.
It seems like in Arizona, you see more younger ones than you do adults.
So real quick before you shut this, check this out. Come close, and you see that nice fat tail? That's the animal storing nutrients in its tail. When it lives in this is a desert species, so this is an animal that has to be very conservative with its nutrition. So it'll eat when the getting is good, and they store it in that tail, and then therefore when they go through those lean times, as deserts are apt to have frequently, that animal's going to be good. And you can see these are fat and happy Gila monsters. So very, very cool, man.
So I got 3 of them.
Okay.
I call them Tequila, Margarita, and Sheila.
There you go.
So these aren't frequently biting people like as much as snakes.
No, not
Yeah.
really. I mean,
I've
you
never
almost have
even
to
heard
like
of this.
really handle them roughly.
Yeah, you got to be a
bite. Yeah.
knucklehead. Just leave them alone. It's very simple to not get
Just
bit.
like everything else. Yeah.
Just leave snakes and leave anything that's crawling around on the ground alone.
Yeah. Observe and
That's it.
walk away.
There you go.
And we got our gaboons down here.
Yeah, no, that is a
These gaboons are
impressive
huge.
snake. Yeah, that's an impressive snake.
I mean, look at how big just the head alone is the size of my fist.
Yeah, that's a heavy-bodied snake, man. That thing lives on the forest floor, right?
Yeah. You throw a bunch of bamboo leaves on top of them, you
don't
never
see
see them.
Yeah.
And they basically sit on some of the animal trails just camouflage, and they're an ambush predator, so they just wait for something to come along. They're not like a cobra or something where it's searching for food.
Yeah,
They just wait till something comes along and bam.
Well, we've got one more animal I want to go see, and it's actually going to be something fun you're going to be doing with this animal in the future here.
Yes.
And maybe my friends out there can help. There's a place they can donate, correct, to your cause?
Yes, you can just go right to McCarthy's Wildlife Sanctuary. You can donate online. You can send us a check, however you want to do it.
All right, so check this out.
We're a nonprofit. We're a 501c3. So
Yeah.
the more the merrier.
Yeah, really.
A lot of stuff to feed.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, with our next visit, we're going to show you what we need to raise money for. And maybe this year, Matt, why don't we do 12 hours of Santos and try and raise money for what we're going to show you next? On the other side. We're going to go there. You'll be there now. Yes. Look at this beautiful animal, man. This is a Nile crocodile. Now, guys, here's the deal. His name's Larry, right?
Yeah.
All right, so check out Larry here. This is Larry. They're cleaning his pond. Basically, it's big enough for Larry to soak, right?
Yeah.
So we've got Aquascape has come in and they have done. They're building a pond for some of the pond. You got to move when Larry moves.
That was good. We're good.
So anyway, don't you go dying on me, Matt.
No, we're good.
So anyway, yeah. So check this out. So here's Larry. I love the eyes on the Niles. They have these really cool eyes. But basically, guys, what's going to happen is we're going to show you in a moment. Larry's going to get an upgrade, but it's going to take some help from all of us at the camp. I really want, you guys know that when I do things, I pick people that are deserving, places that I just stand behind 100%. And Mark is just, he's an institution here in Palm Beach County for many, many years. I was fortunate enough to become friendly with Mark a few years back. And as a personal mission, I really want to raise some money to kind of help reinforce the pond that we're going to see in a little bit, because this animal really is only going to get bigger.
Yeah. He grew up in here. When he first lived in here, he was only about maybe 3 foot.
Right.
But he's kind of definitely
He's
outgrown
not
it.
3
Yeah,
feet.
he's probably 8 foot by now,
He's
I
not
think.
3 feet anymore.
Watch yourself
Yeah, no,
now.
I'm good.
Just, that's a different animal than an alligator. So Matt, the first time Matt came to work for me was about a year ago, and we built bridges inside my alligator enclosure, and it's Snaggletooth
Day one.
and Dale. Day one.
was
He's used to alligators, and alligators, to be perfectly honest, they're like big babies. They're super easy. This whole nother animal. This is an animal that, when full grown, is going to take down wildebeest and zebra, and they can get extremely large. We're talking close to 20 foot. Some of the largest crocodiles on Earth are Nile crocodiles. You know, there are animals that are rumored to be out there that are basically over 20 foot long. I think Burundi, recently I saw a report out of there that they think they have a monster croc. And of course, there was
yeah, I saw that
Gustav.
too.
Remember Gustav?
Yeah,
He was a
Gustav.
legendary crocodile. I forget exactly where he was from, but just beautiful animals, totally primitive. And now he's kind of guarding our exit. So we're going to talk a little bit more about him. Basically, we're in here for a while.
I didn't think about that.
But basically, you know what we'll do, guys? Here's the deal. We have this really cool ability to drop in what's called B-roll of the other pond. So there's another pond here that you have some turtles and a little gator in.
Yes.
You just need to reinforce the fencing
Yeah.
and to conform with Fish and Wildlife.
Exactly.
So, you know, fences, things like that are going to take...
Because this is I was gonna extend the liger cage here.
Okay.
And it's gonna include all that, and I plan on completing all this also.
Okay.
And moving him over into the pond.
over into the big pond, which will be awesome. So he'll grow much quicker, much, you know, happier out there. Plus there's going to be fish in there he can eat.
Yeah, I love
it'll just be a more naturalistic area for him. But to be perfectly honest, this, you'll see Nile crocodiles spend a lot of time on land.
Yeah.
And they'll travel over land some miles looking for new water holes, especially in the dry season when things kind of get dry down there. But an amazing species. I love the post-orbital crests there on the head. The squamosals, I believe they call them. Those ridges behind each eye. That is just such an awesome animal. And then, of course, just the teeth. The dentition on the Nile crocodile is just incredible. And that one long dagger that's sticking out midway off the top jaw is just incredible, man. Just beautiful animals. So let's see. We know what we're gonna do now for Santos. We're gonna raise some money for this animal. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna get this animal moved, but here's the caveat. I gotta be here and help you move it.
Oh, for sure.
Okay,
I'm
very
not doing
good.
it by myself.
All right, good deal, man. Well, we're gonna have some fun. I just want to say thank you so much for letting us disrupt your
having
day,
us.
man. You know, he's very busy.
You're always welcome, Ken.
I appreciate that, Mark. Well, you make me feel welcome, but
Yeah.
I love being here. It's a beautiful place. When you're in Palm Beach, come on down and check him out. You guys, if you're an adult, it's a $40 donation, but you get a private tour from one of his knowledgeable staff, and you will see much more than you saw here on this video. We only focused on the reptiles. There are big cats and other incredible animals here as well. We'll see you again real soon. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. And if you are going to get behind us for this animal. See you soon.